Voting centers opened at 8 a.m. across Argentina today as citizens cast their ballot for a new president and several other offices. Our correspondent Leonel Poblete-Coduti has more.
Hello from Argentina, where Argentines today are casting their votes for their next government. 32 million Argentines eligible to vote in today's election. What are Argentines voting for? They are voting for their next president for the next 4 years, but they're also voting a number of different other categories, such as the renewal of half of Argentina's lower house, the renewal of a third of the Argentine Senate, and 11 provinces out of 24 Argentine provinces will be also voting for their local authorities, such as governors, local legislators, provincial legislators. They'll also be voting today for their mayors and councillors in the different local municipalities and districts. And Argentines also will be voting for their MPs at the Parliament of the Common Market of the South of Mercosur, also known as the teleSUR members, which is an absolute novelty in this election. It's the first time that Argentines will be popularly electing their regional legislators, and we can expect the first results trickling in after midnight local Argentina time. We'll obviously keep you up to date throughout the day and well into the night right here on teleSUR. Leo Poblete-Coduti reporting from Buenos Aires.
Colombians have started heading for polls in what marks the first regional and local elections since the peace process began in 2012. 33.8 million citizens are eligible to vote in these elections, in which governors of the 32 Colombian state departments, local councillors, members of the regional assemblies, and mayors will be elected for a period of 4 years. Right here at the capital's main square, the Bolivar Square, President Juan Manuel Santos, together with his family, came very early this morning to cast his vote and insisted on the particular importance these elections have, as those up for election will face the huge challenge and responsibility of implementing the peace agreement that is expected to be signed in Havana, Cuba by March next year.
Haitians began voting on Sunday in landmark elections for president, parliament, and mayors that officials hope will cement democracy in the hemisphere's poorest country. More than 5 million registered voters are choosing from 54 presidential candidates. If all goes smoothly, it'll be the first time in Haiti's rocky political history that 3 democratic elections have been held in succession without interruption by fraud or armed rebellion. The successor to President Michel Martelly next February is expected to be one of 2 candidates, Jovenel Moïse, the owner of a banana exporting company in northern Haiti, and Jude Celestine, a Swiss-educated mechanical engineer who previously headed a government construction agency. This is a great day for me because I'm coming here to complete my duty as a citizen. I've come to vote, and I'd like there to be another government. I don't know who will be the next president, though. Guatemalans are also at the polls today to vote in the second round of presidential elections. The vote has been mired in controversy after the previous president, Otto Pérez Molina, was forced to step down over a massive corruption scandal. The former comic Jimmy Morales and the former First Lady Sandra Torres are battling it out today to see who will be elected the country's next president.
What we, as the Electoral Supreme Court, expect is that since we have already prepared everything needed, that citizens can exercise their right of suffrage, and we call on citizenry to come to respect the electoral results and that elections take place in a peaceful civic environment.
Hopefully, with the next president, we won't have corruption like the last one, who made promises and failed, despite being what he is, a military officer. So the only thing we ask for is for there not to be any more corruption, and that the next president be sincere and not promise what he won't fulfill.
Now to the United States. Thousands marched on Saturday in New York against police brutality under the slogan Rise Up October. The march was called by the Stop Mass Incarceration Network to, quote, bring the reality of police terror and mass incarceration directly to the people, end quote. It also exposed racially biased practices of the justice system in the United States. An increase in unlawful arrests and the killing of black people in recent years has sparked campaigns against police brutality and racial profiling in the United States, including the prominent Black Lives Matter movement.
we here because we have a deep love for those who are being abused by the police. Don't get it twisted. This is a love train. This is what the Isley brothers call a caravan of love.
In Palestine, an Israeli man was hospitalized on Sunday after a stabbing in the West Bank. Israeli authorities say a Palestinian man stabbed and wounded him near a Jewish settlement. The wounded man fired at the assailant, who fled. The Palestinian Health Ministry later said a Palestinian was hospitalized after being shot by an Israeli. It's not clear if the two incidents were related. This is the latest incident in weeks of violence in Israel and Palestine, in part triggered by Palestinians' anger over what they see as Jewish encroachment on the Al-Aqsa Mosque, which is also revered by Jews.
Facts that have marked the course of history. Productions designed in the English language and made for the English-speaking world. This is Documentary. Watch it on telesur.net/English. teleSUR, wherever the news, you'll be there.